Coming up on Cartoon Network, next, it's the French Grand Prix.
We're back here for the French Grand Prix, and Namzar has qualified on pole position, starting on their medium tyres, just ahead of his teammate, who has helped in looking up the front row for the Williams pair yet again in 2028. Rounding off the top 10, it is the Ferrari of Osprey, and further down the grid we have 12 and 13 being Paco Yucatan in 13th, and 12th being Milian Brulez, and at the very back of the grid it is a Cadillac being Hernandez. The formation lap is complete, and all we await for is those 5 bright red lights. And the French Grand Prix is underway. Your boy, the home favourite, starting from 3rd. He's already going to go to the inside and try and make a move on the both of them as they make their way through turn 1 into turn 2. The long right-hander onto the longest straight on the Formula 1 calendar this year. And he's very close to the wall, very close to the grass. He's being pushed off 3 wide as they make their way down into the next turn here. And who will be latest on the brakes? Your boy, he's on the very outside, and there goes Dewald on the inside, forcing him wider. Your boy and Namzar both into the wall, both of their cars having serious damage to the front wing, and it's going to be Dewald who leads up at the front. Verstappen going for the move, he shifts over to the inside. Will he go for the lunge on the Williams? He goes for the move on Safraz, forcing him wide and almost into the wall. And as they come out the corner, Safraz will be the one to move ahead, and Summerfu is right behind the both of them. Monkey on Cloud going for the move on the Cadillac. Hernandez in the inside there as he hits the wall, and he is going into the barriers, and it looks like Monkey on Cloud is out of the Grand Prix, the first casualty here in France. Last year it was very chaotic, and it's just about starting. Both Namzar and your boy into the pit lane now, going on to a set of mediums. Nubert Nunez going for the lunge on the Audi. Can he get the move done and secure it through the final 2 turns? He slams it into the barriers and out of the next corner. He is out of the Grand Prix. Both of the Porsche cars now not scoring any points for the French Grand Prix. Safraz into the pit lane for a fresh set of tyres, while Summerfu is really gaining on the Mercedes. He's going to go for the move down the inside before they get to the corner, and more cars are entering the pit lane. Both the Audis making good progress throughout this whole race, and here comes your boy going for the move on the Aston Martin as he makes his way into the final few turns. He's going to make the lunge on the inside of Sen there, and he gets the move done. Skittles making more overtakes, and he's up into P10 now, into the top 10 on Milian Brulez, and Verstappen into the wall at very high speed there, clattering head first into that barrier. He's lucky to even be going and still running on track here, but that is going to cost him even if he was out or not, because Safraz is right behind him. He's already made his pit stop, and he's up into 3rd with 10 seconds to Summerfu, who has a 5-second penalty. This could be crucial for Safraz as he's going to try and edge his way all the way around the outside of the Mercedes. What a move from Safraz. He's up into 2nd place. Namzar into the pit lane once again. He's onto the intermediate tyres, and the rain droplets are starting to fall. It is beginning to rain, and that is to the aid of Frank Summerfu. Summerfu still dominating this race up ahead, and there's goes another car, LeBron James into the barrier, and that is going to be yet another casualty in this French race, and it's going to be LeBron James in the Aston Martin this time, who will take it to the barriers and will not be racing anymore, and that is going to cause a full safety car. Well, we've got news that we will not go racing until all the cars have unlapped themselves and caught up to the back of the safety car, so we could be here for another 4 or even 5 laps. Well, the rain has stopped, so everyone coming into the pit lane now to put on a set of slick tyres there, soft tyres on for Delwald, medium tyres on for Summerfu. This could be the deciding factor in terms of who will get the extra oomph in the final part of this race. Namzar into the pit lane as well, putting on mediums, and behind him it's Safraz is going to double stack, but it won't cost them too much because it is in under safety car. Well, it's lap 24 and finally we are going to be seeing these Formula 1 cars at racing speed once again, and it's going to be an absolute sprint to the finish. A mix of tyres in the top 10, medium and soft, predominantly soft in the top 10. So could we see cars lower down come up and potentially win or even get into the points? We will get to find out as Summerfu presses on the gas. He goes racing, and Delwald trying to time his move for the line, and Namzar right in behind him. The Ferrari of Grace Hunter right behind them both. He is going to be a bit of a dark horse in this race for that top spot at the final flag at the end of these 29 laps that they have traversed most of so far. As Namzar on the inside, can he get the move on the McLaren? Delwald also cruising his way, trying to push through, and it's going to be Namzar who makes the lunge down the inside of the McLaren and forcing him wide, almost off the track, but he keeps it clean as they exit, and Delwald is going to be the one to potentially get up into first. He's on the inside line. Can he make the dive on the McLaren and the Williams? He makes the move on the McLaren, but there he goes, and that's going to be Safraz who goes for the move on the inside, and it's going to be the McLaren who is side by side with another Williams, that being Namzar. It's all very close with little laps to go, and it's going to be Summerfu at the front of the order, but he's been overtaken by the Williams, and as they make their way into the final few corners, it is going to be Namzar who's leading us through these final few laps, and behind them is Summerfu and Delwald. Summerfu's still up at the front of this one, and your boy, having not made much progress, he's going to go for the move around the outside, just keeping his car on the track and getting the move done on the Ferrari, trying to put himself in contention for the win here at his home race. But Safraz, he's going to look for the move, but it's going to be Delwald who goes for the overtake into the final corner, and he slams it into the barriers, and it's going to be Delwald who's out in the final few laps of this brilliant race. Delwald will not even see the podium. He will see 0 points today. Your boy's caught up to the back of Grace Hunter, the other Ferrari now. Can he go for the move? He's going to go down the inside, but it's going to be Namzar forcing Summerfu way off the track there. That was almost into the barriers. Your boy picking up a 5-second penalty as well. That is going to cost him very much. He might not even get to be on the podium in his home race, but he's going to make the move down the inside of Safraz, while Grace Hunter is making the move down the inside of Vesteo and gets up into the podium positions in this French Grand Prix, and chasing down Namzar in second, who is trying to tag along with Summerfu, who is cruising up in first place. Your boy going around the outside of Vesteo. What a move it is from your boy. He's absolutely flying at his home race. Can he make a move on the Ferrari later on in the lap? It's still the same four up at the front here. Namzar still right behind Summerfu. He's gonna shift over to the inside and make the dive bomb, and he's gonna force him very wide once again. Still, he manages to get ahead, but playing a bit dirty there, but he may be helping his teammate Safraz as he's going to get up into second place, or can he not? It's going to be good defense from Summerfu as it's a checkerboard of Williams, McLaren, Williams, McLaren. Will we see a Williams or a McLaren win today? It looks like it's in the favour of Williams at the moment, but the two McLarens are very fast and very experienced, and they know how to win. As your boy trying to make a move on Safraz once again, but he can't, and he'll have to sit behind and make a move. On this final lap here, Summerfu over in second, and we're getting news that your boy's penalty has been reduced to only 2 seconds now, so that is a bit of solace for him. But he's going to go down the inside of Namzar on the final lap. He was down in P20 at one point, and now he sits up in P1 with all 4 cars chasing him in behind. Vesteo, Safraz, Summerfu, Namzar, all racing hard, but this man up ahead, your boy, he has kept it clean and he is up in first. After all the chaos and after all the drama, it comes down to this very last lap here in France, and it's going to be the Frenchman who leads us through this final sector on this final lap. 28 of these laps have been completed once before in 2028, but now we're on the final lap, the 29th. The Safran's trying to make the move on his teammate Summerfu, trying to steal the glory from your boy. Can he make the move on the final lap? And he's crashed into the barriers, and your boy, they've all slowed up. And can he get 2 seconds worth of gap? Will he win the Grand Prix? Yes, he can. He's done it. He has won in his home race. What a win for your boy.